friends, it's Vanessa. So, in the spirit of 4th of July weekend, I thought that I would do a little bit of 4th of July makeup. So, I'm going to use some fun colors. I'm going to definitely use my Sapphire Cream eyeshadow, and I think I'm going to use that as eyeliner actually. And then this is another cream eyeshadow called Tangled, and I'll probably use that one as a base. Ruby is becoming fastly my favorite new cheek color because it's just so fun and bright, but it's not scary at all. And I'm going to use some of my makeup. Obviously, I need to refill some things, right? So this is my Bella bronzer. One of the things I love about this makeup is literally you will use every last drop. Nothing gets wasted. So I'm going to start with my cheetah hack, and while that's warming up, I'll do my eye makeup. So let's start. I'm going to take my main highlight color, which is going to be the darker. If you have two of them, it's going to be your darker one. And I'm going to grab my detail hack brush. You might have the blush and bronzer. You might have a 30-second hack. Any of these will work, okay? But I'm going to use this side to dot it on my face. If you want to use your finger, I will show you that. So we can take our darker color and we can just dab that where we want it. And just reminder here, you guys, a little bit goes a long way. If you feel texture or it's tacky, really tacky after you blend it, you're likely using too much. It's definitely very concentrated, highly pigmented. You don't need a lot, okay? So that was my main color. Let me put just a little bit under my eye. I actually use my darker color if I'm trying to cover darker shadows. So some people will say they have dark circles. I think they're shadows, but you can totally use the darker color to cover a darker. Does that make sense? Okay, here's the lighter one. This is my brightening highlight. This one I'm gonna put in like a little triangle right in here. So you can do this with your finger. If you have the detail hack, I love this for going down your nose, a little bit in the inside. You can dot right here. I like to dot right here. Okay, so I've got all that on. Next is the contour. So you can use, this is another reason why I love this brush, the detail hack, because it's already nice and flat. So I find my cheekbone, and where it dips in, I actually go a little bit above that because I really want it to be uplifting. And I don't go past that outer corner of my eye because I don't want to close in my face too much, but I definitely want to give myself a little bit of a cheekbone there and lift that up. Then I'm also going to go around my forehead. Contour is a little bit stiffer, so you may notice that you have to press into that a little bit harder. Another trick is hit it with a blow dryer for a few seconds. It'll warm it up and it will come out a lot easier. If you're in a humid climate, your makeup probably is going to stay a little bit creamier and warm. Let me just show you if you wanted to use your finger. Same thing, I'm going to find my cheekbone right there. I'm going to go just a little bit above it, okay? It's usually where that point of your hair is. And I'm just going to kind of make a little swoopy. I know they look different, but don't worry, okay? So you can do the same thing up here. You can just dot this with your finger. So either way, brush or finger, you're going to be fine. I like to bring mine down a little bit, and I also like to put a little bit right there because I always feel like the sun doesn't get right there. I probably will add bronzer after this. If you want, you guys could have dusted bronzer really lightly with the big fluffy side of your blush and bronzer and just given yourself a little bit more color. I notice when I do that, I actually tend to use less of my highlights, my foundation colors, okay? So just know it doesn't matter what order you do things in, you're not gonna mess it up. I promise you're not. Okay, let's throw some ruby. I like to use my finger when I'm using these bright colors. If you wanna use a brush, totally do it. I'm just chicken. So I use my finger and I like to kind of get it on my apple and then just fade it out like that. You can use this on your lips. Ruby is a glossier finish too. I would say it's maybe like a in between a satin and a gloss finish. So it's perfect for lips. All of our lip and cheek colors obviously are for your lip and cheek, but some of them are going to be a cream finish, some are going to be satin, and some are going to be glossy. If you're not sure, you can tell on the website, it actually will describe them. But if you're not sure and you like a color, but you're like, you know what, I don't know if I would want it if it was glossy, ask your artist or check out the webpage. Okay, now you could blend all this. Wait, I forgot my nose contour. I can't forget that because I have a wide nose. So you can take your finger and you can just draw a really straight line like that. This is great with the detail hack because that flat side makes it really easy to just kind of lay on your nose. And I go, it's not as much on the side of my nose, it's more on that top where it kind of curves. And then I usually do like a little triangle right there. But look how that already gave the illusion of my nose being straighter and narrower, right? It's kind of fun. Okay, did I get everything now? You can take your leftover contour and put it under your lip. Kind of plumps that up a little bit, see? All right, so you could blend it right now. I'm gonna leave it, I'm gonna let it warm up. I'm gonna do my eye makeup. And another reason I kind of like to do it in this order is because not only am I warming up so it's easier to blend, but also if I have any fallout with my eyeshadow, I can clean it up easier after with my cream makeup. So you can use an eyeshadow primer if you want. I think I will today. I prefer, I've tried a few. This is my favorite. It's called NYX Proof It. You can get on Amazon for like, I don't know, $6. And it does say it waterproofs it. I don't know if it waterproofs it, but I definitely notice that I don't crease when I use it. So I just use a tiny bit of that. Hi everyone. Happy 4th of July weekend. If you have any questions, drop a comment down there. I can see them, so I'll try to answer. Okay, so I've got that eyeshadow primer on. You could have put that on before and just left it also. It will feel slightly tacky, okay? I'm gonna actually use my, what should I use, you guys? I'm gonna use the Tangled. This is a cream eyeshadow. You can apply it with a brush, but honestly, I like to use my finger with this because my finger warms it up. I'm gonna put a little bit under my brow, and I'm gonna put a little bit on that inner corner. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend it all together up there. The cream eyeshadows have a slight shimmer in them. No, I wouldn't call it a glitter or a sparkle. It's just a very slight shimmer. Everything is multi-use with this. So you guys, you could even use this as an illuminator on the top of your cheekbone if you wanted. There's nothing to say that you can't. Because I'm gonna actually use the other cream eyeshadow, Sapphire, as my eyeliner. So that's kind of fun. Okay, I'm gonna grab my eyeshadow everything brush. And this is a color called Oak. It's just a nice neutral light brown. And I'm gonna get a little bit of that on my crease and a little bit above because I have heavy eyelids. So if I just put it in my crease when I open my eye, it pretty much disappears. So I like to keep my eye open. Try not to raise your eyebrows, but keep your eye open and just put a little bit above that crease. Now this is really mainly for people that have heavier eyelids. So you can get it in your crease, but then look straight on and just add a little extra right there. And I'm gonna worry about blending this a little bit more in a minute. I'm just gonna kind of get it on there. And then for fun, I wanna use my Glamazing. This is an illuminator and it's a powder, and I'm gonna use this on the top of my cheekbone too, but I'm gonna use it on my eyelid because I think it'll be fun. First, let me get some more of that on. So I'm gonna use a smaller side of my brush for this one because I'm gonna also pop it right in that inner corner to just brighten up my eye even more. And then I'm gonna put some on my lid. Oh, I love this color. Look at how fun it is. And because I have that primer on there, it's really gonna stick on here better. And then I'm just gonna blend it with my brush. So I just flipped over and used that fluffy side. Okay? if somebody pops in right now, I mean, I totally look like I'm just getting ready to put my red nose on, don't I? Okay, let's fill in my eyebrows a little bit. There's so many awesome brushes. Get all of them if you can. This one's called the Hotline. I'm going to use the little slanted pointy side, and I'm just dipping into my eyeshadow that's called Coal. This is our darkest brown. I think that's Coal, yeah. I use Trust sometimes too. It's a little bit lighter than this one. But there, fill in my eyebrows. Eyebrows are the frame for our eyes, and they should never be neglected. I feel like that just, even if you didn't put any eyeshadow on, it's just like, woo, look at eyebrows. And then I'm gonna give myself just a little bit more arch right there. Okay? Now, my eyeshadow looks kind of boring to me, but I'm gonna add this blue as the eyeliner. So we'll see if that juices it up enough. Because they're a little stiffer, like I said, this is the multitasker brush. I use this brush almost every day. You can use it eyeliner. I obviously tried some green with this one. A green eyeshadow that I wet. Hey, Kate. And I was using it as eyeliner. So, but I'm going to use the bigger side of the multitasker for the cream eyeshadow that I'm going to use as eyeliner. And I just I really kind of swirl it in there just to get it going. See that? And then it's cream, so it's definitely movable and soft, but it's not so liquidy that it's gonna slide off either. It does stay in place. And I'm only gonna go about halfway on the bottom. But this brush kind of makes it easy to get on there, wiggle it back and forth. It's pretty soft. And you know, I like wings, so do my little wing. I look crazy. Why do we always open our eyes or our mouth when we do that? Does anybody have a good answer for that? I think it might, if you go like that, it stretches your eye more, but just opening your mouth doesn't make a difference. I know why I look weird. It's because my eyelashes are so light and I didn't put mascara on yet. Okay. Look, and did you notice I can totally close this eye? I can wink on this eye and I can get that on there. I can't do it on this side. It doesn't work. I feel like one of those little broken dolls where one eye winks all the time and the other eye doesn't. Oh, thank you, Kate. These are Swarovskis, and my very best friend bought me these for my birthday. And then I found this when I was on a cruise at the Swarovski store. I usually buy myself a Swarovski piece of jewelry when I'm on vacation because they look all fun and sparkly and diamond-like, but they're affordable. So I bought that when I saw it because I was like, oh, that matches my favorite earrings. Okay, right? Crazy, crazy. Let's blend. Maybe I'm going to put mascara on first because I just feel really weird without it. Okay. I'm just going to put it on the top and then I'll do the bottom later. Who knows, if I get crazy, I might put some little magnetic lashes on. Okay, it feels a little bit better already. Yeah, so I'm going with, you know, Freedom, 4th of July, the red, white, and blue. And I know it was just Canada Day the other day, so if I have any Canadians watching, this look applies. Okay, let's blend this crazy makeup because I feel kind of weird. This is my Perfector sponge. Yours might be pink. I don't think they have this color anymore. But I'm wetting it really well. I'm going to squeeze it out so it's not dripping, okay? So I don't want that dripping. I'll just pat it on a towel for a second. So you want it to be super squishy and damp. And I'm going to blend one side with the sponge and the other side with the brush so you can see the difference. But you don't want it dripping, so just make sure it's not dripping. I like to start with the pointy side, and I usually do my light color first. So I just kind of press that in, like bounce it. And then if you have to spot treat anything, like if you have any dark spots or blemishes or something that you want to cover further, I always wait until the end to do that. Okay, and then I flip it over and I do the dark. So I'm just going to blend that contour in. Don't forget your neck. I forget to blend my jawline half of the time I do my makeup. All right, and these I'm just going to do together, and I'm just kind of bouncing it, going in a little bit of an upward motion. This is probably the most important part to do up, because I don't want to drag that color down. I don't want to drag my face down. Look at how pretty that is. Look at that. It's like beautiful skin, crazy clown face. Beautiful skin. What the heck is she doing? Right? Okay, let's do this side with the brush. And why don't we use the small side of our blush and bronzer brush, because you might have this. So I use the smaller side. I'm going to do the light color first. So I just kind of swirl. Okay, this is Ruby. It is Ruby, and I put it on my lips too. Scarlet's another pretty one. So Scarlet's like a true, like a cherry red, apple red. It's a true apple red. That's what I would call it. And it doesn't have the gloss in it. So if you like this look, but you're like, I don't know if I would go for the gloss, Scarlet is a perfect choice. Okay, now contour my jaw, contour my cheek. And you know, it looks like I put quite a lot more on this side than I did the other side, but not to worry, because it will blend. Look at that. How cool is this makeup? You can't mess up. Look at that. What do you guys think? How easy was that? Right? Okay, let's add some bronzer, because I need my bronzer. Obviously, I like my bronzer. I didn't use bronzer before I found this makeup, so I'm going to use the fluffy side, and you just do light dabs, okay? Because I'm almost to the end, I have to dab just a tiny bit harder, but pretty light. You're going to get some on there. I'm going to do it on my cheeks, like all the high points of my face, and then down here too, so that I can bring that color down so I don't look like I have just like a floating white head or a neck that's too white for my face. You're funny, Kate. Hi, Karen. Oh, I'm glad you're watching. I hope this is helpful for you. You can look back on any of my videos on here, and if you guys don't find a video that you feel like you need, like if you're looking for something specific, totally just message me or even comment here and say, hey, I would like a video that shows me this. I'm not the perfect eyeshadow person. I'm kind of sloppy with it. So if you want like really fancy eyeshadow stuff, I can post some great videos that some other artists have done. Okay, so I'm looking at this. I like it. I feel like I want to add a little bit more cheek color because things seem a little muted. And I'm just going to blend that. Look, it doesn't matter what side you use. I really like this ruby though. I think it's just such a pretty color. Oh, illuminator. I don't want to forget. If you want to set with some powder, you can totally do it now. You could do it before you put blush on. Again, things aren't going to get weird and cakey, so you can do things in whatever order you're comfortable with. I think before I do that, I am just going to pop a little bit more brightener right here. And my little bit darker color just to cover those shadows a little bit better. So I did, this is the lighter one, and then the darker one I'm actually putting where my little dark shadow is there. Okay. Yay, this makeup, I never get bored. Okay, I'm just grabbing my little Best Blend Forever. Is that what this is called? Yes. And Glamazing Illuminator. So the powder, oh, look at that. So the powder illuminators definitely have more of a punch than the cream illuminators. Whoa. But, you know, when I look normal and then when the light hits it, it's like, oh, baby. It's like I'm under some sort of, I don't know, strobe light. Like I feel like a superstar. But this is the same one that I used on my lids. And I do think I just want more. I want more eyeliner. So I'm grabbing this sapphire blue again. And I'm going to give myself a little bit more. You know, I could just go on and on and on. It never seems to get worse. It always gets prettier. Like I never feel like I've overdone something, which is kind of weird. But yeah, if you come out of your line a little bit, you can totally just clean that up with your brush or your finger. Okay, I'm gonna set with a little bit of powder under my eyes. This is Vanilla Dust powder. You can buy it with a Power Powder brush and you save $10. I'm actually using the pointy side of my 30-second hack. And I'm just kind of pressing into it, and then I'm going to press where I really want some staying power. And make sure that my nose doesn't look red before I set it. Okay. And see, look, I have a couple of blemishes. I think I'm going to cover those up right now. So I'm grabbing my multitasker again. I'm going to use the smaller side, and I'm using my darker highlight color because, remember, because this is a little darker spot on my face. And whatever you're trying to cover, you want to cover it with the same darkness. Did I get them all? It's kind of an art to use your camera screen as your mirror. Every once in a while, I have to look over here in the mirror, though, in the real mirror. I got hormonal stuff down here. So I put dots on there, and then I pat it in with my ring finger, because your ring finger has the lightest touch. And I just pat it until it disappears. Okay. And then I'm going to set those spots. Let me make sure I blended that good. Set those spots with the powder. Okay, you guys. So I think, except for adding a little bit of mascara on the bottom, I'm just going to dust it all to blend it. Just kind of getting off any excess powder that I might have got in there. If you want to juice up your lips a little bit, add some more of that ruby. I feel like I want to put a little bit of pink on my eyelid. Is that weird? Or something kind of red that kind of looks like my cheeks. Let me see. I think I might just use... Oh, I know. Look, this is called Photoshop. This is another illuminator. Maybe I'll just kind of tone down the white that's there, make it a little bit more pink. And as you see, I'm using my finger. You can use a brush if you want. This is just easier. Okay, I think I like that better. It's just a little bit toned down. All right, you guys. Sorry, I went on and on. I could have been done 8 minutes ago. Happy 4th of July weekend. If you have any questions, let me know. You can ask me. You can if you have an artist already, ask them. I'm always here to help you. And happy 4th. Have a beautiful day.